Welcome back to the Real Talk Trader, episode 8. And today we have got a very special guest, the one and only Middy. Hey, hey.
Oh yeah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Really good.
Good. I've been waiting weeks to get you on here.
It's been a while, right? Trying to pin me down.
How's it going? What's new?
Not a lot, just working, trading. Yeah, all good. Everything's going well.
Good. So today, what I would like to go through with you is your journey, because you had a bit of a bad experience with manual trading. So we're have a chat through that, and then you joined auto trading earlier this year. Or was it late last year?
It was about November last year.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? But you waited patiently to get involved. So I think we need to understand your journey from the beginning. So firstly, tell us a bit about you, what you do for your job, and how you've got to this point now where we're on this call.
So yeah, I live down south, Southampton. I'm a marine engineer by trade.
Wow.
A lot of abroad working.
You travel everywhere, don't you?
All over the world, yeah. Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
But, you've been away for a long time though.
Yeah, so I've been doing it 6 years, and you do probably like 6 months away a year, roughly. But it's perfect for this. So it's a lot of time in the evenings.
Yeah. So what got you into trading? So how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that 6 years, that job. Trading, I was first introduced to Ryan actually before, when it was the Golden Suite. A friend, and started manual trading, but I was horrifically bad at it. Yeah.
What were you really bad at?
Mindset, just zero, like nothing. I'm watching trades. I reckon out of 10 trades, 8 of them I was the wrong side of the market because I just couldn't wait for a candlestick, and it was not for me. You're just like, yeah, it's time to give up. You're not very good at it. So this is perfect for me because it eliminates all of that.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So how long? So that was how many years ago?
3-4 years ago, I think.
Okay, and then you took a massive break. So what got you? What did you see, and what got you back involved?
Obviously, I saw the automation stuff.
Yeah.
And realised the potential with my job that to be able to make money while I'm still working, and not have to be hands on because I don't have too much free time. So that's really good. It's a big benefit for me. And like I say, because of the manual trading, it just takes all of that out of it. And yeah, it's smarter than I am. So.
At least you can admit that, because some people still try and beat the software and thinking that they know best messing around with trade. So tell me, how has it impacted your life? Where are you at now? Because I know when you started, you were going through some challenge, like some funded challenges, not some challenges in your life, some funded challenges to get some capital behind you, and you've absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, it's gone really well. So I purchased 3 challenges, a 10K, a 25K, and a 50K. And I passed all of them within 3 months, I think.
Wow.
Some quicker than others. I've taken some payouts on the 50K account and one pending.
Nice.
Yeah, and now I've got more challenges. One phase 2 I'm going into, and I've brought a 100K account as well. So
wow, so you're loading them up.
I'm trying to level it.
And how did you find? Because you work 13-hour shifts.
Yeah, this recent job, and long shifts. So
how was automation? How do you balance setting your strategies up? Because a lot of people come into this and say to us, okay, so I've got to create my own strategy, so it's not 100% hands free. But when you're set up, it is. And I think coming from you, who works 13-hour or traveling the world on planes, doing whatever you're doing with your work, it's not as easy for you to be at your phone 24/7 creating strategies. So when was the last time you looked?
Over 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just let them play out.
Yeah, I'll look at my phone if I'm by my phone when it goes off, the alerts, which is always very exciting. Like, yes. And I will look occasionally, but most of the time it's not possible. So probably works in my favour, to be honest, because because of previously like manual, I will look at it. So if I'm not near it, I can't do it. But yeah, so I'll set aside like a time a week, normally a time on a Sunday, even if it's at the end of a long day. Just go through every strategy and check that the stats. Depends how much time I've got. If the stats are completely destroyed, then obviously I will change it. But most of the time, if it's dropped a couple of percent here and there, I won't even bother changing it because it's so similar. And obviously we do over 12 months. So yeah, it's good. So once you get that base strategy and you're happy with it, you can leave it.
Yeah, you can, can't you? I can't remember the last time I touched my strategies. They've probably been running since the beginning of the year.
It depends how you like to manage it, right? It's all bespoke. Everything's bespoke for you. So some people would like to change it every Sunday, which is how I started. But then as time went on and I got less time, I was like, nope, it's good. I trust this. I trust the system. Let's just do your thing, and I'll see what it's like.
And what's worked out better for you? Because if you had all that time before and you were tweaking your strategies, but now you've left them, were you nearly passing your challenges when you were messing around with them, or has it all happened when you basically had no option but to leave them?
Yeah, so my 50k I passed quite quickly, and when you look at the graph, it all goes straight up near enough. My 10k, which I was pissing around with, is like is ridiculous. And I'm like, yep, I changed the strategy there. So yeah, I would definitely say just set and forget is the way to do it.
It definitely is. So if you were speaking to someone looking to get into this, what would you say to them?
Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. Yeah. If you have to put the work in to make the strategies.
Yeah.
But once you're there, you need to be patient because it will not go your way all the time. But it will eventually. It will play out. The probabilities will play out, and then you can start to reap the rewards of your work.
And how are you finding the payouts? Are they helping you, or is it just pocket money? Are you saving it, ready to leave work? What's your overall goal with trading?
It's a difficult one because I'm greedy, so I'm like, I'll stop work, but I think to stop work, I'd have to have quite a substantial amount. So, for now, there's no aim to stop work currently, but just keep stacking the accounts. So most of the time, I get payouts, I will buy something nice for myself, and then the rest of the money I put to another challenge.
Okay.
So I'd like to get like as much as I can get and funded across multiple prop firms.
So how much in funding have you got at the minute in total?
85k.
And and then you've got another phase 2. How much is that one?
50k.
Okay, and then 100k. So you're looking 250ish.
Yeah.
Nice. So you take 10% from that. That's quite a big amount. So it does add up, and I don't think that people understand that. Like, because I wouldn't go and put 100k of my own money in. Now I've got prop firms. So how have the prop firms helped you as a trader? If prop firms weren't there, would you be back doing this right now?
I wouldn't be trading. My target was always prop firms. I wouldn't be risking my own money. I've got a mortgage, I've got stuff like that, and you can pay a small amount for a challenge, and then if you pass, which in our group is everyone's passing a lot of the time. There's a high percentage of people, and then you've got all this money to leverage, and then you take a payout and you buy another one, and then you buy another one, and before you know it, you're up there.
You're pushing $1 million.
That's the goal. I think my goal at the start of the year was to get 100k in funding, and I had 0 funded accounts then.
And we're now coming into June, and you get that 50k phase. So you got 5% to make, and then halfway in the year, you've already achieved that target. So what's the new target going to be then for the end of the year?
150. Maybe more.
If you get that 100k though, you're already at 200.
Though, right? I don't want to put too much pressure on.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear, because some people they do think, I'm going to go for $1 million, which is fine. If you're doing 250k challenges each go, then you probably will get there. But for some, it's financially. A lot of people think that they've got to start at the 100k accounts, but they don't. So
No.
you've already said you've got a 10K account.
It's definitely helped me starting. I bought a 10K, a 25, and a 50, and I only started the 10K account to get to grips with it. So I left that for 2 or 3 weeks, I think, and on the other accounts just did the minimum trade to get it over the line for the 30 days. And then when I went into the 25, there wasn't any like panic over it because I'm like, worked for this one, so I'm just going to keep rolling. And then a week later, I was like, why am I waiting? I'm just going to put the 50K on as well.
I remember you talking to me and you said, I've got these. Should I start them? I think I'm just going to go for it. And then you literally just went for it. And then all of a sudden, I just saw all your past things come through.
Yeah. It was
how did it feel? How did it feel when you passed them?
Amazing. Yeah, it was good.
What about
Obviously,
the payouts?
I tried to get fun. I actually took a prop firm challenge when I was manual trading.
How did that go?
First 3 trades were brilliant. And then it just nosedived. And I was like, no, I was like, I'm so close, like 2% off. And then, yeah, within 2 days, it's gone. They've blown it. And then I did one more and I was like, yep, manual trading is not for me. Like,
would you ever go back to manual trading? Or is it literally the work constraints that would stop you?
I would go back to manual trading now because of the mindset shift I've had from doing auto trading.
Okay, talk us through the mindset shift that you've had. How was it back then to where are you now, and how has automation helped that?
Like watching everything. If you take a loss, I was fuming, and so right, that's it. Now I have to trade to get that money, get it back, that percent back, and I want to do it today. So I was taking like 6, 7, 8 trades a day. I think, like ridiculous. Knowing it was ridiculous though, but I just couldn't not do it. So like, don't do it. Okay, yeah, I've done it. Whereas now, obviously, it does it for you, so you can see when there's a profitable strategy of like 80% strike rate.
Yeah.
How many trades it's actually taken a week? Sometimes it's none. Sometimes it's 6. Right? It's only if it's the right parameters. So it just, in my head, that just showed me, well, you actually need to trade every day. It's, why are you trying to beat the market when it's against you right now?
Exactly. So you're on your new funded account. You've taken one trade, haven't you? And you're about to walk away with a couple of grand of a withdrawal just from one trade.
Yeah, I think that was one day we had a real good day, and yes, $1,600 ready. But
then you can literally stop that now, can't you? And take the withdrawal.
I turned the account off, and I've waited a whole month. So I'm not giving it back. I'll use the other accounts. Obviously, I've got the other live accounts, and because I turned that off and moved the strategy to another one, that was when I passed the phase 1 of the new 50. So that was it. Actually helped switching them around, and you have different pairs, different strategies across account. Yeah. And that definitely helps.
Has it messed with your mindset that you didn't keep it on that funded account? Because obviously, if it's passed to another account, it obviously performed really well. Because you've got to play the prop firm game. You've got to play it.
I did think, damn, that'd have been that'd have been a lot of money. But then I realized, I was like, well, that's another 50K potentially.
Yeah.
If another 50K account, and how much can you make out of that? So 2% or 1%. On a live 50K account or onto another challenge it doesn't matter, right? It's the same.
It could have gone completely the other way, and then you would have lost the account and thought, "Oh, I could have taken the 1,600." It happens all the time in trading. You just need to stick to a rule. If you've got an account, have a set limit. So like one of mine, if it gets 3%, I say I'll stop it.
Yeah, I've got the protection on, so if it goes 3% in one day, it's done.
Nice.
And I keep all the news. If it's red news, I'm out, regardless whether I'm in profit, loss. And I'm only risking half a percent on my live accounts.
Nice. So that would have been on a 50K account. That would have been what, 3,200?
Yeah.
Do you ever think that? Because a lot of new traders say to me, "Oh, but I only risk 0.5%. Why didn't I just risk 1%? Because I'd have had double the profit." And then I just say, "Well, you'd have had double the loss." So swings and roundabouts. Yeah,
obviously it goes through your mind. I think if you're human, it goes, yeah, damn, I could have had double that. But then, like you say, if I'd have lost it, that was my first live account.
Yeah.
Passed and got through. So there was no way after 3 months of passing it. There's no way I was going to blow it in a week. I was like, that's not happening. Like 0.5% is fine.
Do you feel like you're like a new person? Because from the way you've just described how you used to manually trade to how your mindset is now managing this, what was the shift? Like what caused? Was it just the fact you had no pressure?
Yeah, there's no pressure on you, right? Because you've made it. All the statistics are in front of you, so you know how it's going to perform roughly.
Yeah.
Right? You can't predict everything, but if 8 out of 10 trades are likely to win, then it triggers. You're like, could win. It's more likely to win than not.
Yeah, exactly. It's better than like an 80% strike rate rather than a 20% because you're just rushing into it. So when you go to create a strategy, let's talk strategy creation now. Firstly, what are your favourite pairs and symbols to create a strategy on and trade?
Gold is. I used to have a very love-hate relationship with gold, but
we all have. We've all been there.
It's been very kind at the moment. D40 and oil. I like all the indices. I like obviously there's
commission free.
Commission free. So it goes back to being greedy, right? I'm not giving anything back. If I make a trade, I want all of it.
So what do you look for in terms of the stats when you're creating a strategy?
So when I first started, it was 60% strike rate, and now I'm at 75 plus.
Okay.
It's just how I found it best, and obviously you get better as you start playing with a bit more of the system.
Yeah.
Trades 52 minimum, really. If it's a little bit lower, I'm not too bothered, depending on what group I'm putting it into. If there's 3 strategies, I don't mind having a bit lower.
Yeah.
Net profit, I'm not overly fussed with. Obviously, the higher the better, but the strike rate and max wins and losses for me is much more important.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's 35% over 12 months and I'm doing nothing, then that's 35% for what? Right?
You can run it in the background and create another one.
Yeah, and then I can make another one like a trading stop with a higher net profit, and I can put it on a different account.
Yeah, I like that. I like the 75%. I won't run any that's not over 70%. It's just the way that I wanna do it. It's each their own, isn't it? Like some people will be happy running, I don't know, like a 50% strategy because they're happy to burn through the challenges quickly. But for me, I'm happy to just sit back and let it do its thing. So in terms of the latest addition that came to the automated software with the trading days, do you think that was useful? The trading sessions as well? Has it helped you filter out some bad days?
Yeah, I went back through my strategies once we had that and made some 3 clicks on a strategy, and it's completely different. It's like 7% better strike rate immediately just by taking. I think it was a Friday I took out.
I don't think any of my strategies trade on a Friday now, which is nice because what do we want? We want freedom. So
weekend.
Yeah. Well, you're travelling away, so you can go sit on the beach somewhere and.
I wish that's happening.
Or you're just under a boat somewhere.
Yeah. But, it was huge. It was huge, and all the upgrades since I've been in. There's been multiple upgrades, and it just gets better and better, right?
It does, and then we've also there's loads more coming in. So with the Wizard AI and everything. So have you created any strategies using that, or are you old school? And
I do use it if I'm really struggling with a pair, and I look on there and it's on there. I'm like, what am I doing? While I'm running around for base settings, I can have it in like seconds. But there definitely is a sense of accomplishment when you do everything from scratch and then you go live, done.
Yeah, there is, isn't there? So just briefly tell us real quick how you start creating a strategy, because for the likes of Jake, he'll run the Wizard, whereas I like to go through it manually and just mess around, and Emma does it a different way. So how would you just quickly tell us?
First of all, I don't go long or short to begin with. I will change the take profit, whether it's I want a 1.5 or I want a trading stop loss. There's 0 and then trading stop loss. And then I have a range of this trading stop loss at 1.4 to 1.8 is my initial, any number in between that. Yeah. And then I adjust trend filters to see what it does to the stats. MA time delay, and
Yeah.
then I will run it pretty much like that and get a base, just get an initial feedback of what it is, and then I'll go through and manually tweak, because I like tweaking it manually and seeing it change. And it's once I get them stats to somewhere where I want it to be there, and then I'll start running the wizard on like the MAs, intensity, stuff like that. It can take a bit longer, but it's just how I do it, right?
But that's it, isn't it? Everyone has their own way, and that is what Ryan created the software for, so everyone can have an input rather than everyone just copying these, like those signal groups and that. Like everyone's just copying these random signals, like they can't even trade, and that's personally how I feel. Now we've got this amazing software in front of us, and yeah, it's just a money making machine essentially.
Yeah, I was very fortunate. Obviously, the first training group I ever joined was in Ryan's group.
Yeah.
I skipped all that bullshit. Like, you hear it and I'm like,
well, you're lucky. You're very lucky.
Man, I did not do that before. Like, it was the best timing ever.
So, couple more questions. What is your why for trading?
Money. Hands down, money.
I like it. Very honest. Normally I get a very detailed.
No, it's money. I think for me, I've got my job and I like money, so that's why I do it. It's an additional income in a crazy world that we're living in. So you never know what's going to happen. So I want more than one income stream.
I love it,
and this fits perfectly with my lifestyle. So it was rather than set up another business and stuff like that, I haven't got the time for it. So this is like a passive income really once it's all set up.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, and finally, what words of wisdom can you give to a new trader just before we sign off of this podcast?
Words of wisdom, and my name isn't normally in the same
I thought I'd give it a
go. Risk management and patience, I would say, is two key things that have helped me.
Perfect. And would you trade any other way than automation right now?
No. For me, no. It's I've tried manual at this level, and I might go back to it when I get a little bit more free time. I know obviously you've got 15.5 that I'm interested in, but not yet. I'm a bit busy at the moment.
Yeah, that won't work with 13-hour shifts right now. And if automation's making you money, why try and fix something that's not broken?
It seems to be working, and I've got that 100k figure in mind. So once I get to that point, maybe I'll relook and reevaluate. But at the moment, it's I'm on track.
Well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the podcast. As always, it's always a pleasure talking to you and meeting you, and hopefully I'll see you again face to face later this year if you're not away. But you've absolutely smashed it, and you should be super proud. And if anyone watching this wants to get in touch, then please do. And when he's not working, I'm sure he'll give you some help with your strategies and go from there. But next week, we've got Shaky Jake back on, talking about mindset and how we can overcome that, because with automated trading, there's still some mindset issues that do crop up. So he'll be back on talking about that. But Middy, thank you. It has been an absolute pleasure having you on. And everyone else, I'll catch you next week.
Thank you.